Somebody was asking why Vanilla Ice still wanted to perform at the Great American State Fair that Donald Trump is throwing for the 250th birthday of America. And this person says because it's the 250th birthday of the country and has nothing to do with Trump and can appreciate the freedom this country provides. Right off the bat, if you think that all of this has nothing to do with Trump, whether you perform there or don't perform there has anything to do with something other than Trump, I think that you're not paying attention. You could love this country and you could want to celebrate the 250th birthday, but this is entirely about Donald Trump because of the state of our country. The people that have pulled out, they didn't pull out because they didn't want to celebrate the 250th birthday. They didn't pull out because they didn't think that this country was worth celebrating or anything of that nature. They pulled out because of Trump. Make no mistake about that. These people don't want to be associated with what he is and what he represents. And that is an erosion of this freedom that you're talking about. Yes, we're a free nation. But we are losing those freedoms on a pretty consistent basis in the era of Trumpism. My wife, daughters, and granddaughters do not have medical privacy in at least a dozen states in this country. Okay, Alex Preddy and Renee Good had the freedom to not get murdered by ICE agents on the streets of their cities, yet they did. People are having their front doors knocked in without warrants. People are being kidnapped off the streets without just cause and thrown into concentration camps in the United States of America. In some cases, they're being deported to countries that they've never been to before. Black voting districts are being drawn out of existence. There's an all-out assault on voting rights in this country right now by the Republican Party. Yeah, we are going to be celebrating the 250th birthday of the United States of America this year. But the fact that Donald Trump is the president that gets to oversee the 250th birthday of this country is a grotesque stain on this nation's history that will be there forever. Donald Trump is not about freedom. Donald Trump is not about the Constitution, the rule of law. He's not about the American way of life. Donald Trump is the only sitting president in American history to send his own armed mob to the Capitol to stop the certification of a fair and free election, to overthrow his own government, to install himself as a dictator over the will of the people. The word freedom and Donald Trump shouldn't even be used in the same fucking sentence. And make no mistake, this is entirely about Trump. Everybody that performs at any one of these shows or anybody that doesn't perform at any one of these shows, that is about Donald Trump. Just like anybody that steps into that UFC ring in a few days, in a couple of weeks, or chooses not to. Or just like any national championship team from college or the pros that chooses to go to the White House or chooses not to go. That is entirely about Donald Trump. And if you don't think this is about Donald Trump, you're not paying attention.